to be fair, and people get on me when I say this, but I feel like we just got to keep it real.
Okay.
Now, Cassie had a hit song.
She did.
With Me and You.
She did.
Ryan Leslie put that together, and he made it work with Cassie's tone. But the reality is, anyone could have a hit song.
Yes.
I could go to the booth after this, and I could just mess around and suddenly...
If with the right people.
With the right producer. Correct. And the right moment, and it just takes off. It goes viral on TikTok. Next thing I know, I have a hit song. Right? And I have no talent. It's
Facts.
just anyone could do it. It's the people who keep having hits after hits are the real talents in this in this industry, right?
Yes.
When I've always looked at Cassie and I hear the stories of, well, I just wanted to pursue my career and Diddy kept like dangling the carrot.
That's what she
and
said.
Like, oh, that if you don't keep sleeping with me, we're not going to give you studio time or a budget and whatever else. I get that. But at what point do you really look at yourself realistically and say, although I did have a moment with a hot song, I'm not really in the same caliber of singer as like a Mary J. Blige or a Whitney Houston or a Mariah Carey or all these, or a SZA or whatever else, and at one point I have to just accept that I had my moment, but I'm not really a musical star.
I don't know. I can't say that she's not a musical star because she never got a chance to
okay.
Vlad, you got to bear with me now.
All right, well,
you gotta bear with me.
Go ahead.
She never got a chance to showcase her musical talent is because as soon as she got down, the nigga he took her and started fucking on her and made it his old lady. He never gave her a chance to be a fucking star.
I know someone that was working at Bad Boy during the whole time that she was there.
I think I know him too.
Okay, we're not going to say who it is.
Okay.
But yes, you do know.
Okay.
And he told me that when Cassie had a song that looked like it might react, that they spent the same effort pushing her music as every other artist on the label during that time.
I agree.
It just so happens that those songs didn't take off. But she had a lot of chances. She got a lot of features.
A million chances.
A million more.
Yeah. Than everybody.
Than everyone else.
Everybody.
If she was not fucking Diddy, she would have been dropped off the label years before.
Facts, bro.
She had more chances than anyone.
Everybody.
See, and people, oh no, he was purposely holding her back. No, he was giving her real chances.
Too many.
So
that pussy must have been like macaroni.
Pussy must have been great. I get it. Right?
Yeah.
And I've said this before when I was on Math Hoffa's show. I've been around her before. She's cute, but I never thought that she was just stunning.
She's considered. She's
pretty.
Yeah, she's considered beautiful. She's beautiful. She is, Vlad, bro. She's beautiful.
I wasn't blown away being around her.
I tell you one thing. If you had Cassie in the room right now, you're a fucker. On a rainy day.
I'm not saying I would or wouldn't fuck. So, yes, I'd probably fuck. I get it. Like, no, she's pretty. I'm not saying she's unattractive, but it's like, I've been around really just gorgeous. Like, I've been around Beyonce, and it's like, wow.
I get it.
Like, this is not Beyonce.
But keep in mind, and I'm not shooting that situation down. Beyonce had the people around her to make sure that she was able to become her. Cassie didn't. She had buku chances.
Yeah.
But it sounded more like chances from dick.
But she still had the chances.
You know what? You're right.
She still had the chances.
She had the chances.
And at one point, what I feel is that if Cassie just took a step back and realistically, okay, like, yeah, Diddy's gassing my, I'm going to make you a star one day, but take a step back and say, listen, I'm not that great of a singer. I'm okay if you produce me right and auto-tune my voice and get me with a good writer.
Okay.
But she's not an exceptional writer. She's not an exceptional vocalist. She's not an exceptional performer. You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
All these things that make superstars in this music industry, she unfortunately didn't have. And if she just said, you know something? Diddy's just selling me a dream. I need to just go on my life and just put music in my past.
And you think she was going to do that?
Well, it would have saved her a lot of, abuse and so forth along the way. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I rock.
At certain points, man, like, and I've switched my careers over the years. At certain points, listen, I started out making beats. At one point I said, I'm never going to be Dr. Dre or DJ Premier. Okay. So let me just go into something else. That's where I started DJing, and that took off. And then at one point I said, okay, DJing cool, but yo, I got to do something else because there's not really a future in this.
Okay.
Successful people know when to quit. Unsuccessful people, a lot of times, stick with things too long.
Mm-hmm.
And then get bitter that the outcome didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
I agree.
But they weren't realistically looking at themselves.
Yeah, they didn't know when to fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Benzino's had hit songs, but Benzino will not go down as one of the great rappers.
Mm-hmm.
He just had like, what was it? Rock the Party.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool song, and it did its thing.
He had his wiggle.
Okay, congrats. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you're not better than Eminem.
Absolutely not.
You know, I mean, no matter how you try to spin it.
Shout out to Benzino, though.
Yeah, shout out to Benzino. He's going to be on my show again. But I'm just saying, like, people want to paint things a certain type of way. And, oh, Diddy held her back and so forth. I think Diddy gave her more chances than probably anyone on earth.
I do, too.
Because of their sexual relationship.
Correct.
And he absolutely lost a lot of money on her.
Absolutely.
He's probably about $5-10 million in the hole with her.
A little more than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she chose to stick around and say, okay, I'm going to be a star.
She did.
When reality, she just said, okay, music just was a time of my life, and now it's time to work on the next chapter of my life.
But he also, regardless of how that sound though, Vlad, bro, he also took that away from her too. Because he strayed off of dick relationship than her actual career. I just believe that he treated her more like a toy than his actual artist.
Well, I think he really did love her and was really obsessed with her, and was.
I don't think she loved him.
Probably not.
Okay.
But he did publicly claim her, red carpets. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of girls that was fucking with Diddy that you have no idea who
Absolutely.
they are. You know what I'm saying? That are in the cut and so forth. I remember I was in New Orleans and he was making out with that Gina girl.
He did right.
In the club. You know what I'm saying?
He did right.
Yo, but he was claiming Cassie publicly.
She's, to be honest, bro, she's eye candy. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Come on now, bro.
No, man, she's pretty. I've never said she's unattractive. I'm just saying that, like, to be as obsessed as he was, to go to the point where he's now in a jail cell, mostly because of her, I think.
Me too.
You know, in terms of their relationship and what it turned into.
I agree.
She's not bad enough to that, you know, to have that type of outcome is all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's ugly to me if you go down to that. You hear me? Yeah. Fuck all that. I'm cool. Yeah, I believe that. I don't know, but Diddy and Cassie was both left field with their relationship because Cassie was not an angel. Yeah. And, you know, no matter how that sound, she done things that triggered that man. Doesn't mean he should have put his hands on her. Yeah. But sometimes in relationships, that it happens that way. You dig? But Diddy got to he had to keep this on his mind. Anything you say and do will be used against you in the court of celebrity as well. Right. So you got to keep that in mind as a celebrity, that whatever you're doing can be surveillanced on you, you know? And I think that his egotistical, narcissist ass, because I know how to be a narcissist too, you know, and it happens, and we tend to forget that the scope is on us, you know, and I just think that's what it was, this, you know, because you peep, he denied everything until they showed the footage of him whooping that girl.
Yeah. Denial stopped. Yeah. Then it's like, I fucked up.
Yeah. You know.
I need to do better.
Yes, Cassie, though. Cassie's the reason why he backed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Definitely. I still think the liquor company had. That's just me, though.
Hey, man.
You did.
Listen, time will tell.
You know what? Time will tell.